Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am the Maize Man. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and share this with your friends on social media. Be sure to comment down below and of course subscribe. Today we are talking that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus doing vile and disgusting things, breaking NCAA rules, and they think it's okay, and I'm upset about it. Then we'll also discuss a Michigan in-state recruit that is a must-get, finalizing his spring visit list, and two huge targets out of the state of Ohio, one of them being a must-get and why, all that, and of course, I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little bro, man. And I'm gonna tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset. First things first, let me tell them why I'm mad. I'm upset. The other state has done it again, all right? This time, they've self-reported 4, as they put it, minor recruiting violations, all of the violations taking place within a 5-month window, which leads me to believe, and Michigan fans should believe, that this operation, this vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, operates outside of the rules with impunity. One of those violations being the fact that they contacted a portal player before he actually entered the portal. How that is minor is insane to me, but that is one of the cases, right? By the way, take one guess at who that is. They'll probably say it was somebody else, but one guess at who that was, and you have to look no further than Caleb Downs, but I digress. The fact that they self-report has their fan base thinking somehow they are better than everybody else. They're, oh, well, you self-report, we are admitting that we cheated, so it's different. By the way, Jim Harbaugh, during his tenure last season, suspended 6 games of the 12-game regular season. He was out half of the regular season last year for 2 things, by the way, that he is unaware of, by the way, according to Jim Harbaugh, of course. But they held that as if that should be the be-all, end-all for the Michigan program. They keep waiting. I still hear about the hammer. The hammer is going to drop on Michigan. They're still talking that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Meanwhile, they have 4 violations here. And do you believe that these 4 are the only 4 violations? By the way, one of them is ridiculous. I will admit that. Apparently, they made an edit for a kid that's an underclassman, and the NCAA just needs to get over it. Like, whatever. But contacting a transfer portal player before he's a transfer portal player is crazy to me. They're calling this a level 3 violation, and of course level 3 is minor. Level 1 being the most egregious in terms of the NCAA, but 4 level 3 violations by this vile, disgusting cesspool, and they think it's okay. It's crazy to me. Meanwhile, they'll be in this comment. They'll be in the comment section right here, calling Michigan cheaters. They're on the comment section of dozens of other videos calling Michigan cheaters. Like, bro, pot, kettle. And by the way, Michigan has the NCAA head came out and said that Michigan won the national championship fair and square. Yet these other state fans on Twitter have run with the asterisks. They're the asterisks boys. Meanwhile, I can put an asterisk on your offseason. Right? You guys are the paper tigers, the paper champs right now, and there's an asterisk on it. There's an asterisk on your offseason. From this moment forward, asterisks on the other state offseason. All these recruits and transfer portal players, Judkins, Downs, asterisks. That's how I'm going for the rest of the season. But it won't even matter. It doesn't even matter because come November, y'all still got to do what you can't do, and that's beat Michigan. I understand that this year the game is in Columbus. Do it. Prove it. Prove you can do something positive in regards to Michigan, because all I keep hearing is how much you've improved. And if you've improved, then show it to us. Because I can tell you where you didn't improve at head coach. I can tell you where you're still suspect offensive line. I can tell you where you didn't improve at wide receiver. Marvin Harrison Jr. was basically the other state offense a season ago. He's gone. You going to tell me Carnell Tate is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. next year? Carnell Tate, who is talented, who I do like, is he going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. next year, though? Is Ibuka going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.? I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. But either way, you cheated. You're cheaters. Catch me in your comment section saying cheaters. We move on.
Came through the line, there's nobody there.
Which one? Let's move on to some more Michigan positive news. On 300 athlete Cameron Miller recently spoke about Michigan making his top 5 along with Kentucky, Rutgers, Syracuse, and Wisconsin. He had this to say about Michigan making the cut. Quote, I love Michigan. I love the culture. I love everything that's going on over there. I love Coach Bell. Speaking of Ron Bellamy, I see him as a great coach. I could see myself playing for him and being developed by him. That's why Michigan made the top 5. Miller listed as a cornerback on most sites, but all his finalists, including the Wolverines, are recruiting him as a wide receiver. He went on to talk about Bellamy more, saying, quote, he's a very open and honest guy. We mesh well. We get along. He's genuine. He's a nice guy. I like what he's doing and how he's developing. It was great to have him at the school. We had a chance to reconnect and catch up. Cameron Miller, of course, out of the state of New Jersey, Winslow Township High School, 5'10", 160-pounder. Really looks like a slot, more of a slot guy. But according to On 3 in their recruiting prediction machine, they have Penn State as the leader in his recruitment, and they didn't even make that top 5. So that's very interesting. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available. Keep it locked right here for those updates. Before we get into this last segment, be sure to join the conversation tonight live. We're going to have a Bluetooth session tonight live at around 7:30. Make sure you tune in to that. We are talking everything from Michigan recruiting to that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus and their cheating ways. All of that and more. So tune in live tonight. As we move forward, Michigan and a guy that I've been talking about a lot on the channel, offensive lineman, in-state 4-star recruit Avery Gat, who I love his film. He's very nasty. He's got more pancakes than anybody I've seen in recent memory. Out of Birmingham, Michigan, Groves High School. He is finalizing his spring visit list, and Michigan made the cut along with Michigan State and Ohio State, and potentially Wisconsin and USC, Nebraska, and Alabama could all be potential spring visit candidates for him. Gatch, of course, as you look at the film, like I said, nasty, obliterates would-be defenders. It looks like a grown man playing with children out here. He's that dominant. He would be a huge addition to Michigan's offensive line into the class of 2025. Of course, Grant Newsome, the new offensive line coach, moving up from tight ends coach, learned a lot under Sharon Moore during that time. Jerome Moore is also in on this recruitment, so it should be very interesting. It looks like it will come down to those traditional, powers in the Midwest, that being Michigan and Ohio State. Got to throw little brother in there. In fact, I might even put Lil Bro them over the other state right now. So that's how close it is with those two. And Michigan should come out on top in this one. If I'm being honest, Jerome Moore has all of the accolades, right? It's not even close in terms of the accolades on the offensive line, along the offensive line. He's proven that he can get guys to the next level as well. There are at least 4 offensive linemen from Michigan 144 team at the combine now, so should be interesting, but I'm expecting Michigan to win this one. They do control the crystal ball right now. The crystal ball is in Michigan's favor, but we'll see what happens down the stretch. And finally, moving on to 2 recruits in the state of Ohio that Michigan is hotly contesting with other Midwest schools and national powers as well. The first being Trey McNut. If you're on Twitter, then you know Trey McNut is facing a suspension for participating in 7-on-7s. Apparently, OSA, and that is the Ohio High School Athletic Association, has rules against high school football players participating in 7-on-7s during this period, which is very weird because it allows for basketball players and other athletes and other sports to participate year-round, basically, except for football players. And Trey McNut recently spoke out about the rule. He said, quote, "I think that the rule is unacceptable. It's taking control of the kids, and it feels like it's stripping basic rights away. How are you going to tell somebody they can't go and train or play football at all? And at the same time, these other sports, they're able to play AAU and everything, but football can't." So it's crazy that a high school junior is making more sense than grown-ups for an athletic association. Very sad situation. Hopefully it is resolved. Of course, going into a senior year, hopefully it is resolved and there could be, some resolution without McNut being suspended. But speaking of McNut, he is a very talented player. 4-star out of Shaker Heights in the Cleveland area. He has a prediction to the other state right now, according to On3's recruiting prediction machine. Michigan is very much in this recruitment, though, and it would be a big win for them. The other state did pick up 2 corners in their 2025 class right now, 2 very highly ranked corners. So there could be some competition there, but, nobody should be afraid of competition. That being said, Michigan could really use a player like McNut in their class. He is the 33rd ranked player nationally, the 2nd ranked safety in the country, and the 2nd ranked player in the state of Ohio. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available on his recruitment, but certainly new Michigan defensive backs coach Lamar Morgan needs to hit the ground running on this one, as well as the next player I'm going to talk about, and that is Dwayne Galloway. Galloway out of Columbus. He's right in the thick of it, in that vile cesspool, right next to that vile cesspool that is the other state. Dwayne Galloway ran a 10.42 100-meter dash. That's very fast, in case you were wondering. He also ran, and this is according to reports, a 4.39 40-yard dash. He is an excellent athlete, also runs track and field, of course, as the 10.42 would suggest. And this one, I believe, is a must-get for the Wolverines. By all accounts, he wants to get out of Columbus, and if he wants to get out of Columbus, Michigan should be right at the top of the heap, which I believe they are. He has spoken very highly of the Wolverines, and I do believe that they are in great standing with Galloway. He had a great relationship with Steve Klingscale, but now Lamar needs to step into that role and build that relationship. Also, Michigan new defensive line coach Greg Scruggs has relationships in the state of Ohio. Of course, he was an assistant at the University of Cincinnati, so that southern part, that southwestern part of Ohio, he should really do well in, but also Columbus not being too far from Cincinnati, he should be able to have an impact in that area as well as the entire state of Ohio, really, if I'm being honest. He is a dynamic personality, and Dwayne Galloway, who I'm still working to get on the show, would be a huge addition to Michigan's class. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Tell me who you think is the most important recruit so far for Michigan. I know who I think it is in the 2025 class. That's DJ Pickett, but that's another story. We're not going to talk about Pickett today, but let me know in the comment section what you think. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are closing in on that 5,000 mark. It will be a huge accomplishment if we can get there. Until next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. Our ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down, son. I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that. I just don't get it, son, for real.
Just calm
And how the